Good evening and welcome to this beautiful evening here in the simulated world of Daytona. Tonight, I am joined in the booth with my good buddy Derek Buckaloo. How's it going, Derek?
Oh, it's going good, man. I'm excited to get out here tonight and see what these boys have out here at this bumpy Daytona track.
Right now, these guys are out here just currently practicing, and this is the Outcast Motorsports League here. This is the Truck Series that they're doing. They're going to be doing two different leagues. We will be broadcasting them both right here on Zero X Media and Design, our media channel. And tonight, it's like I said, the trucks. Thursday night is going to be a Gen 4 season. These guys put this league together in less than 2 weeks, and they have over 35 drivers. What do you think about that, Derek?
Man, that's a feat in and of itself. Getting people together for leagues is sometimes like herding cats, but yeah, man, it should be good. I'm really looking forward to that Gen 4 on Thursday too. That should be a lot of fun. But the trucks, they always put on a show here at these tracks, so it'll be interesting to see tonight.
And it's the old school version of Daytona, so very bumpy. These drivers will
Oh yeah.
have their hands full, no doubt. Let's go over a little bit of their highlighted rules for tonight. I believe they get like 65% fuel, three sets of tires. Two of those tires are over the wall. There's no fast repairs tonight. For the start of the race, that's on the flag. The restarts are on the leader. And all drivers must maintain their lane on any start or restart until after passing the finish line. Pit lane rules are pit road speed is 60 mile an hour, and all drivers are required to stay to the right until 3 to 4 pit stalls before their stall. They cannot just ghost down pit lane, or that will be a penalty.
Yeah, it sounds like they're doing the standard, rules for keeping it clean and making sure nobody gets too feisty on restarts or down pit roads. So it should be good to see if everybody can keep it nice and clean, or if it turns into a wreck fest. Man, I'm interested.
We already got some hearts in the chat for those of you joining that are watching throughout the broadcast. Please comment anything you want. I will try my best to read them out in a timely fashion. And let us know who you're here to support. We got a lot of these drivers out here that I am seeing for the first time, so it's all new to me. If I mess up a name, I apologize in advance. And yeah, we're going to have some fun with this, and hopefully you guys can help us keep the chatter going tonight. Tommy's in the chat. Fellas, best broadcasting crew in the business. I don't know in the business, man, but we try our best. There are a lot of other good broadcasters here. I am thankful for Outcast for reaching out to us and giving us this opportunity to let us hone in some of our skills and try to make something a little bit better product here. Hoping here in a couple weeks we have a couple of commercials for these guys. I'm going to work on some stuff after I get some footage here from these two races. So drivers, give it all she's got.
Oh yeah, man, put it all out on the line, and they'll make the highlight reels.
And we'll be spreading the love throughout the broadcast. We'll be going through. I have to figure out how to do a couple other things for these drivers. We'll go through. We'll get some interviews in with these guys. But first, let's talk about their sponsors. Like I said, Outcast Motorsports is putting this on, so a big shout out to those guys. H&W Wrap Designs. You can follow them on TikTok at Hand W Wraps Designs. Tell them we sent you. Then they also have Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. The Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds are in Hiawassee, Georgia, located in the northeast Georgia mountains, surrounded on three sides by Lake Chattanooga, which is also crosses into North Carolina with boat access. There are lake views from many of the 207 available campsites, of which 119 are open year-round. Also available is the Hamilton, I can't say it, Roderick Gardens with walking trails, which leads down the lake for breathtaking views of the lake and surrounding mountains. The Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds also offer many events throughout the year, such as car shows, a mile-long yard sale, wine festivals, cooking festivals, 2 pro rodeos, a summer and fall arts and crafts festival with carnival rides, and Pioneer Village and the Highland Scottish Festival. Anderson Music Hall is also a part of the fairgrounds where concerts are available throughout the year. Acts like ZZ Top, Travis Tritt, Gary Allen, Justin Moore, and Night Ranger, just to name a few. Nearby attractions include Brasstown Bald, Bell Mountain, and Helen, Georgia is less than 45 minutes from the fairgrounds. Cherokee, North Carolina, and Gatlinburg, Tennessee are within a 2-hour drive from Hiawassee. So please go to the website, GeorgiaMountainFairgrounds.com, and see what they have to offer and maybe book your next vacation there. Sounds like a pretty interesting place.
It sure does. I mean, you got Night Ranger and Travis Tritt. I mean, what more can you want? For concerts out there.
Yeah, ZZ Top, they're giving it all they're loving.
Come on.
We just have a minute left of practice here, and then we're going to get right into the qualifying session, which I believe the qualifying session is 10 minutes. But before we do that, maybe we can hurry up and get Mark Kazin in the booth here with us and see if he wants to do a quick little interview and talk about this league. Hey, Mark, this is Dustin and Derek in the booth. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good, sir. So we were just discussing some of the league and wanted to bring one of you guys in and give you guys the opportunity to tell the people a little bit more about your league. I know you said you put it together in like less than 2 weeks, so.
Yeah. No, yeah, we got this league put together. We're pretty excited about it. We got a bunch of good guys in here, and yeah, we're excited for this inaugural season to kick off. We got the trucks tonight, then the Gen 4 cars on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about the Gen 4s, so I'm going to have to get some help on that. But I struggle in them for sure. What are you more excited about, trucks or the Gen 4s?
Honestly, the Gen 4s are fun to drive just because you really actually have to drive it and pay attention to what you're doing, in regards to strategy and whatnot. So, and definitely the driving aspect of it, because those cars are just rockets with some rubber on them.
Well, yeah, they're definitely monsters, and they'll be coming out with a new version here before too long, I believe. I don't know if that's going to happen during y'all's season, but I know iRacing is planning on putting out a new Gen 4s, though.
Yeah, I heard a rumor in a couple weeks here we should be seeing that. So we're going to have a lot of guys scrambling to get some new paint schemes out there once they do release that car. And then obviously we're going to have to do some testing with the cars and see what we can do,
Absolutely. Before we let you go, I know it's going to get a little hectic here. Are you guys currently accepting drivers for the league still, or are you done with that?
We are kind of slowing down on accepting drivers because we're at the high end. We're kind of at the point right now where we want to see how many people actually show up each week. And it looks like we've got 24 people in the race as it stands. So, I mean, we still got 6 spots to fill for the race. So, I mean, it might be that we need to take on some more drivers, but we'll just have to kind of feel it out.
All right, sir. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout outs or anything like that?
Oh, man, I'm going to shout out to all my partners here. We've got H&W Wraps. We have Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. And then, of course, you guys from Zero X Media and Design. We appreciate you guys putting on this broadcast. So, and then I got my boys from the band Royal Bliss. They're providing us with tunes on Chase's stream, Slapped and Tickle. So, but we're hoping to get those out to you guys eventually on the mainstream.
Sounds great, man. Well, we wish you the best, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of the race.
All right, sounds good.
Good luck.
Have a good one.
Good luck out there.
All right, there you go. That's Mark Kazin. And right now we have Keen out here. He is best on the track at the moment with a 51.59. See if anybody can best him. We're currently showing Charles Wilson And the 57, that's a nice U.S. Go Army, old school paint scheme.
Yeah, so they're gonna get 2 laps, so everybody's gonna be doing the, running high and then running low, trying to build on that second lap. It'll be interesting to see how close they are here in qualifying.
Let's try to get a look at all these paint schemes here. Got a lot of interesting paint schemes tonight. 79 Joe Brennan right now. Nice looking big paint scheme. So Derek and I are painters ourselves, and we really appreciate a really good paint scheme.
Oh yeah, man. I've seen a couple out there already that I kind of already have my eye on.
62
There's
Ronnie
Ronnie out
Welchel.
there.
That's a nice looking scheme there too. A lot of chrome tonight in these drivers.
Man, I'm a sucker for some chrome and colors like that, man. I like that.
The 21 of Drew Kuhn. I think that has a flag on the side of that. That looks nice.
Yeah, we still got Richard Keene up on top of the board here. Everybody's kind of filling in behind him.
Brian Zimmer.
And right
Or
now,
is it,
Dustin, we've
I
got
think
a
it's Zimmer.
dead
Zimmer.
heat at the top of the board, a 51.590 for both the 29 and the 3.
And Drew Kuhn going to take over the top spot.
Get some. There you go.
That's what I'm talking about, dang old son.
Yeah, man. Get up in there and get your name up on top of the board, Drew. So with it being 10 minutes of qualifying, I don't know if there's any advantage to going out early or late, but it seems like we've got 12 people to put a lap down so far. We'll see who else gets out there and can get up and hopefully get a good starting position. But you know how it is here, these drafting tracks. Starting up front, starting in the rear, don't really matter a whole lot, just depending on, if you can avoid those wrecks.
They're also broadcasting this on Twitch, or trying to. I'm restarting that right now because they were having issues saying that it's not working. So I just restarted that. Let me know if that's working or not now. If not, I'm sorry. I'm new to the multi-streaming. We tested it the other night, and it was working.
And I have got the YouTube comments pulled up here, so I can kind of keep an eye on those for us as well.
Ooh,
Scott Hull says, love the broadcast. I do a lot of raps for these guys. Well, Scott, they're going to be on display tonight.
That's right. Scott Hull, I believe, is the owner of H&W Rap Design. Like I said, go make sure you follow him on TikTok.
Ronnie Hurst there. I like that one. Let me get a look at him here. He's got a TCP Racing, or TC Racing. What's the name of the sponsor on that one? Oh yeah, nice and colorful.
Try and do a couple different things here.
We've got a new driver up on top of the board. The number 12 of Matthew Montgomery with the 51.549. Put himself on the provisional pole at the moment. It looks like, looking at the track map here, we've got a couple of other cars that are out on track right now, the number 1 and the number 8. And we'll see. With it down to 3 minutes left of qualifying here, so we'll see if anybody else decides to take a stab at it. But as of right now, it looks like most of the trucks are on pit road with just those two out there. So see if anybody has anything for Montgomery here with the closing seconds of the qualifying.
Apologize here. I'm trying to get this Twitch stream up and working.
I'm listening in on the drivers' meeting here. Mr. Mark Hazen is letting the drivers know what time it is right now.
I don't know why that popped up, but all right. Let me know if it's working now on Twitch or not. He's in the voice chat. And you know what? He's in the voice chat. He's a sponsor. I might pull him in.
Oh, yeah.
Where's he at? There he is. He's in 6. Actually, I'll pull him in here in a little bit. I want to make sure I don't miss this starting lineup.
Well, we're down to just a couple of minutes till they're about to grid up. We've got about a minute till they're. I'm getting excited here, Dustin. I always like watching these drafting races. It's much better not to be a part of them, man. The trucks. I raced Daytona last week when all that stuff was going on, and I got murdered in the truck series. So I get to watch it now and not have to be part of the chaos. It looks like we got 15 trucks put a lap in here with Montgomery still up on top of the board. So I imagine he's going to be our pole sitter.
I gotta see. All right. I think we're getting ready to grid up here.
And it looks like the Twitch stream is racing now, Dustin. So we are multi-streaming now.
Is it working? Because I'm not seeing it working.
Hubert Johnson says Twitch is good right now. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm new to the whole multi-streaming. So again, I apologize for the... I had to reset it is what had to happen. So... All right, well, these drivers are getting ready to go. Let's take a look at your starting grid.
Words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your
Your starting grid for tonight's race. On the pole, we have Matthew Montgomery. On his outside, Drew Kuhn. In third, Richard Keene. Fourth goes to Brandon Brock. 5 goes to Brian Zemer. 6th is Ronnie Hurst. 7th, Joe Brenner. 8th, Joshua Yarbrough. 9th, Ronnie Welchel. 10th, Daniel Vierkamp. 11th is Brian Welchel. 12th goes to Charles Wilson. 13th, Jordan Bridges. 14th, Anthony Bennett. 15th is Michael Stevens. 16th is Chase Stimply. Derek doesn't count. And Mark Kazin out there in 18th. Derek joined wrong. Sorry, people.
Rookie mistake. We'll get it cleaned up.
Take a look at the race info for the night. It's 79 degrees in the air, and the track temp is 87 degrees. That'll be kind of cool for these drivers. They're going to have a lot of grip out there.
Yeah, they're going to need it too, man. This older Daytona track's a little bumpy. These trucks, they travel a lot in corners here, so drivers should have their hands full a little bit, I would imagine. I'm really liking that 29 truck in third place. It's black and silver scene. Always looks good.
Pace car about to pull off, and then we will get this thing underway. Pace car's off. Green flag's in the air. And it's flying. Here we go.
Barney turned him loose. Here we go. The 12 got a big jump out there by himself.
Got to be careful doing that. Don't want to leave it hanging out there.
So far, it looks like everybody's minding their P's and Q's here. Outside lines got a little bit not formed as well, but inside lines making a little bit of run here. I noticed there's a couple of drivers towards the back just taking it nice and easy. They want to make sure and get through all the laps that they can, not get wrapped up in anything early, but looks like everybody's hunting the bottom right now.
That's right. 55 laps in this race. We're currently lap 2, and we are green for 2. Leader Montgomery out front. 29 behind him. That's Keen. On the outside, looks like we have... Is that Drew? Drew Kuhn? Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those both rows are stacked up pretty decently, pushing here, but everybody behind them is giving them a little bit of room.
All right, let's pick a car. Let's see, the 55 stands out. Who is that? Brian Zemer.
Oh yeah, he's got a Moza paint scheme there.
That's right. Let's go on board with and get a little view of what he's seeing here.
Got a windshield full of third place car there, that 29, but you can see how much these trucks move around the corner, especially on this older version of Daytona here.
Yes, very, very bumpy as he moves to the outside.
He's going to pick up the 21 there.
A little side draft. Look how bumpy that track is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the two cars on the inside don't have a whole lot of help right now, and that outside line is pretty linked up here. So we'll see if they can pull up alongside the leader here, maybe even get in front.
Take a
It
look in
looks
the
like everybody.
back. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was looking at. I was just gonna say the same thing, Dustin. I said I'm watching the cars in the back, and they're not getting too antsy. I think and that's a good thing with it being such a bumpy track in these trucks. They gotta kind of let things develop and see what happens here.
These trucks do put out like a pretty large draft. Like, so right now you see Eric Johnson back there in that, what is that, an 81 or an 18, sorry.
Yeah, the 18. Yeah,
And, he might look a little far, but I know he's got that draft right now. Same with the car behind him. You'll see him close in here. Who's that? I say car, it's a truck. That's Chase Stimpley
right.
in that Pepsi truck. Let's see. Let's go through some comments here. Carrie Stimpley says, This sounds amazing. You're killing it. Thank you so much. Appreciate that." Robert Hartley, some good-looking trucks out there. Yeah, there are. What's your favorite, Robert? Let's go through them here. Let's start at the top. Matthew Montgomery out here. Let me see if I can get a closer look for you. That's
It looks
Matthew
like they're
Montgomery.
picking up pace a little bit up front. Everybody's starting to push a little bit here.
Yeah, there was. That was a huge push there from the 29.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got the track position, you definitely want to hold it and not let that outside or inside line just start freight training around, because you can go from second in line back to 10th real quick.
The 21 of Drew Kuhn getting a little squarely there. Yeah, this track will do that to you. It's really bumpy. Let's see here. The 3. We got the 3 out there. That's Brandon Brock. The 79 of Joe Brennan. Let's see if I can get a better camera angle here. Charles Wilson in the 57. It's that Army truck in the 22 on his outside of Ronnie Hurst.
I will say that, and I don't want to jinx them here, but they have kept it clean and green for these first 8 laps here, and usually don't see that too much at these drafting tracks.
The 77 of Josh Yarbrough. Derek, you know a little bit more about anime than I do. He's got some anime character on there. Let me see if I can get a better look here.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that one earlier. I have no idea what that is, but that looks like your typical anime scheme. It's got a lady on there that's scantily dressed and loud colors. That's how they usually tend to be. But yeah, man, it's surprising whenever my daughters are really into anime and stuff like that, and I hear it in the background, so I see it. But yeah, I'm surprised by how popular some of the anime schemes are. Across all the different series, road and over. There's always a subset of paint schemes, and you'll see them in just about anyone you could see out there. And I like the loud colors on paint schemes myself, and that's a good looking scheme, man. H&W is doing good work out here, it looks like.
Pause for the cause. We have Kyle Franklin in the chat. He said these guys will put on a clinic. We'll put a clinic on. They actually race, not pace. Scott Hull says that they are some good drivers and had to miss tonight. He had to miss tonight, unfortunately. Let's see. There was another car I was looking at. I was eyeballing. I think it's the 62 of Ronnie Welchel. That's a Harley Davidson paint scheme. That thing is sick.
Yeah, man, that silver chrome really stands out. I like that.
What was that? What's that green and white Chevy back there? That looks pretty cool too. Right behind the yellow 15. I think it's a 15. I'll get to know you guys as we go through here. Bear with me. The 6, Mike Stevens out there. Behind him, you got the 1,000-pound Sisters truck.
That one right there caught my eye just because that's something you do not normally see.
No, not at all.
You know, hey, variety is the spice of life.
I think some of these numbers don't match. 45,
Yeah, I think
Jordan Bridges.
they had mentioned something in the drivers' meeting about not using Sims or using Sim stamp numbers versus the custom ones. So that might be some of the issue that you might see in here. But all knows they look good and they look fast, man. We are 11 laps in, and everybody's keeping it together here.
That's right. The that 41 looks sick too. That's Britt Osborne out here. How about this for a nickname? Jamie Fox Bolton. He's in the 9. Well, it says 9. There he is. Yeah. Jamie Fox. Well, keep it together, man. Jamie
The action's
Fox.
starting to pick up just a little bit here at the front. Seeing a leader moving back and forth here, trying to keep the lines from getting too much of a run. That 29 and 12 are working really good together, though. That 29 seems to know what he wants to do. He wants to stay up there. Ooh, he's going to side draft him there a bit. And I was looking at the schedule for this series, Dustin, before we got started here, just kind of trying to see what they're going to be running. And man, they've got some interesting tracks, some fun tracks coming up in this thing. It should put on a really good show for those out there watching. They're going to the Old Atlanta next week, Richmond night race after that, the Miami Homestead Speedway, the road course. That'll be one that you don't really see these stock cars race on a whole lot. We've got a couple of other ones as well in there, but yeah, this should be something a little different than just your typical 1.5 and super speedways for this series here. I'm interested to see what they can do with it.
Samuel Bridges in the chat. Matt and Jordan have the best schemes. Scott Hall says, I made a special one for old Slap and Tickle tonight. I need to know who is Slap and Tickle.
That's what I'm wondering too. There's got to be a story behind it,
Need to know that story.
12 is moved up to the outside and got
12.
Oh,
there we go. We got carnage. The 29 is on its side.
Can I look at those temps real quick, bud?
Okay, he kept it going. Caution is going to be out there.
Ooh, that was Brian
he almost
Zimmer.
got upside down.
Caution, it's out for the first time tonight. Let's go back and take a look in this replay here. Twelve's just going to get loose off the exit. Tries to save it. 55 comes down. Just collects some other cars. Could have been way worse than what it was.
Yeah, that had to have been the 12 getting loose, because I don't think he would have abandoned that bottom line with the way that 29 was pushing him, keeping him up there. Had a couple of other trucks in the back kind of get a little bit of damage, but doesn't look like anybody got completely destroyed there. So
Riding behind Zimmer here. Take a look. Let's see what happens. 12 into the wall. And Drew gets in the back of Zimmer. Zimmer just comes down, collects the 29.
yeah, Got a few drivers coming to pit road here. Looks like a lot of drivers coming in. I imagine with it being limited fuel and us being on 15 laps, probably won't go green until probably lap 19. Looking like everybody's starting to play the fuel strategy here early in this race.
I think everybody pitted except for Joe Brennan. Joe Brennan stays out, and then we got a massive amount of folks on pit road. There are no fast repairs, so well, I'll be interested to see how much damage some of those trucks have.
I know the 29 who kind of got wrapped up in that was at the front. He ended up almost flipping over, but I imagine at the very least he's coming in for a new pair of shorts after that, and probably getting a little damage fixed as well.
Yeah, that's why I wear my brown pants when I sim race.
Come on.
The 91 is old Slap and Tickle. Let's take a look and see who the 91 is. That's Chase Stempfli. He got a little bit of damage on that. You can see it on the wing there. Nice looking Pepsi scheme.
Oh, yeah. And I'm listening to the drivers here. They're kind of talking through the what happened there, and it seems like nobody seems been out of shape there, which that's good, man. You always like to see people having fun, and tempers can flare at these speedways here. But it looks like everybody handled that like adults, and we'll get back going here and see what happens. We're gonna have about probably 39 or 40 laps to go. 39 laps right now.
Just going through here, showcasing some of these drivers. Michael Seymour, the Trading Paints paint scheme here. Oh, there you go. Who is that 9 car with the Costa Del Mar sponsor?
Oh, that's a nice one.
Jamie Foxx. Dude, those are the sunglasses I wear. I love those glasses.
Shout out to Costa.
Yeah, hit me up if you're looking to sponsor us.
Looks like the 89 was given an EOL. I don't know if that was requested from him or if that had anything to do with the wreck, the incident, but
It's Tim Fillmore. Looks like he's got some damage on that car or truck.
yeah, he probably requested that. He was, I bet, having to limp to pit road. Oh, yeah.
There's the 87. We spoke to him earlier in the broadcast. That's Mark Kazin.
That is a good looking scheme right there.
I like it a lot. I don't like that it's a Ford, but to each their own.
I'm not too brand specific when it comes to the trucks myself, but the that one right there I think that was a Texas shape on the back of his truck. I don't know. I'm gonna go take a look at that. Mark Kazin, where's he at?
The lights are off. They're coming out of into 3 and into 4 here.
Oh yeah, their Outcast logo has a Texas on it, so I imagine I'm gonna have to find out. I'm from Texas myself. All right, here we go.
14 people watching. Thanks for joining us. This is the Outcast Truck Series, and the lights are off, and we're about to go green.
Green flag, green flag.
You're back green again.
2 by 2 they go. Coming down into turn 1.
So Joe Brennan stayed out there on that last one. That outside line is rolling right now. 12, the 57, and it looks like the 77 all lined up.
Yeah, the outside line is definitely moving. They got the momentum.
I like running the high side here just because it feels safer. Although there's nowhere safe here. But the 29 also is back on track after being involved in that incident earlier, back there in the middle of the pack. So that's good. He didn't get enough damage to get him out of this race. So hopefully he'll keep it running here.
Brennan is currently your leader. Well, now to Matthew. Matthew Montgomery and Joe Brennan up there. Inside, outside. Changing, swapping spots. .35 to go at the line.
So I'm wondering if these drivers that pitted already, or if they're going to be good on fuel to the end of this race, or if they're still in a splash and go type situation. Because whoever is leading here is obviously going to use more fuel than everybody else.
That's currently Joe Brennan. He stayed out under that caution, so we'll have to see. And if he's got to pit before these other drivers, he's going to pull out a line, probably
He
save
just
some fuel.
called out, yeah. He was on the mic just now, letting the drivers know he was going to pull over. Oh, he is coming to pit road.
Oh,
Well, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how that works out for him here. I'm going to go on board his truck here and see what he's doing, if he's got coming in for fuel or what he's doing here.
while you do that, I will go on board with the 22 of Ronnie Hurst. Trying to hold that yellow line the best he can. It's kind of tough. It looks like it's easier than what it is. I'll tell you from experience, it's not just hold the gas and pray for the best. You gotta lift.
Yeah, you can't just let Jesus take the wheel here, you know. Joe Brennan is back out on track now. He came in and topped off and got back out. Looks like he's going to be lapped down here.
The outside lane giving the inside lane plenty of space there. No side drafting at the moment. You don't need to come down too low to make that side draft effective, because these cars put out a big wake, trucks. Brandon Brock in the 3. Trying to eyeball what he's going to do.
Yeah, they're starting to pick up the pace a little bit here. Everybody's getting a little bit more bumper to bumper and trying to get these lines going a little bit here. And that's usually whenever you start seeing the action happen. So
let's take a look at some of the biggest movers. Right now, your leader, Charles Wilson, as he drops back to second when I said that, he is up 9 spots. Jordan Bridges in the 45, he's up 6 spots. Michael Seymour, he's also up 6 spots. He's in that 37 right there. Up 7 spots. Britt Osborne in that 41. And those are your current biggest movers. Looks Looks like we got some 3 wide, and they thought better of it. It's coming down. It's the 9.
I was seeing that, man. I've seen somebody pull out a line back there. I think everybody's kind of starting to realize that we're getting almost to the halfway point in this race. And, if there's no big moves to be made, then you got to make them early. 12 is going back and forth, controlling these front of this pack here.
You run you run more drafting tracks than I run. So I know regular Daytona and Talladega, you don't use up a whole lot of tires unless you spin. Is that the same with this track?
From what I'd seen, I think we ran there a while back, and I didn't notice anything different other than the truck or the cars just being a handful here, but didn't really see too much extra tire wear, so I don't think tires are going to be much of an issue, and it's only 80 degree track temp here, so I think it's just going to be who can play the strategy of getting to the front, trying to stay up there.
7 of Anthony Bennett right there. We're taking a look at him, and he's got Eric Johnson behind him.
We've got Matthew Montgomery dragging that outside line back up there, back up front now.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth. I'm surprised we haven't seen single file, but these drivers are doing a great job to give each other room. A lot of respect out here for each other.
And that's saying something about all these drivers that are in this league, because with Mark was saying earlier, Kazan was saying that they put this league together relatively quick, so I imagine most of these guys are probably not used to racing around each other, so hats off to these guys for keeping it clean.
Oh, the 57 gets a little loose, comes down, saves it. Nice save. But so this, I was going to say earlier, like the Daytona race, the first race of the season, is like a risk versus reward. You know, they got to think on the fly here. Like, do they want to hang somebody out, or do they want to work with somebody? I know everybody wants to win that race and have an advantage in the point standings going into the next race, which, by the way, the next race is next Tuesday, March 11th, at Atlanta Motor Speedway. They'll be running 85 laps there. They're doing the old school Atlanta, too, not
the old school Atlanta. Yeah, man.
Let's take you through the schedule. The week after that, they go to Richmond. Then they go to Homestead, Miami for the road course. And then Nashville after that. Bristol Motor Speedway at night. And then Phoenix Raceway. And then the 22nd of April, they will go to Talladega. After that, then they have a playoff. And then the first 4 playoff races is Kansas, North Wilkesboro, Texas Motor Speedway, Rockingham Speedway. And then your final race will be Darlington. Now, in all of these, they're all the old school tracks.
Kind of more of a retro feel to the schedule that they're putting together.
Yeah, I like it. You're seeing Montgomery fall back a little bit. That's going to give us a new leader here. Drew Kuhn in the 21. He's out front with the 22 of Ronnie Hurst on his outside. 25 to go at next time they cross the line.
That 12 truck has been fast all race, Dustin. He's been up at the front.
It makes me wonder if he just kind of slacked off a little bit to save a little bit of fuel. I don't know what their fuel load is going to be.
What I was seeing earlier when we were looking at the back of the pack there, that car on that 22 on the outside, he was actually about third in line on the inside. And whenever they got up front, he made a move to the outside to get ahead of him. He said he wants to control this race now.
And that's what the 22 is trying to do right now. Ronnie Hurst out front trying to control both lanes. He went down low to block that. He's going to give up that outside spot. And the outside looks like they got a little bit more momentum. And now they're door to door, side by side.
That works until it doesn't. So good luck to you, sir. Godspeed. I hope you can keep it going straight up there.
That's right. Yeah, you can get yourself into a little bit of a pickle doing that, but it is a good way to stay out of trouble at the same time if you can do it wisely.
Yeah.
Timmy's in the chat. Thanks for joining in, Timmy. He says, "Let's go, boys. Great showing for the opener." Yes, it is. This has been fun to watch. The 12 now wants to control. He's going to take down low, and that's going to put the 57 in front on the outside. That's Wilson. And then, so let's take a look at your top 5 real quick. Charles Wilson, Matthew Montgomery, Joshua Yarbrough, Ronnie Hurst, and Brian Welchel. Drew Coon's fallen off a little bit. He dropped back to, now he's in 5th. Who was falling back there?
And the action is picking up here now. This is going to get good here.
It's so hard to call the top 10s and top 5s because these, when they're side by side, it changes so fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that outside lane only has five trucks in it right now, but they are pushing for everything they got.
Timmy in the chat says, "I was the 89 car, got caught up in the wreck, and took too much damage, but happy to get a chance to race with these boys." Are you still in the chat? We'll pull you in here if you want.
I'll go take a look, see where he might be.
That's the 89 of Tim Fillmore.
Yeah, he's in there in one of the chats, but he does have himself muted, so.
Yeah, he might unmute if we bring him in. We could find out if you want. We got some
I'll go
time.
jump in that channel and see what he's got.
Okay. Now we got the 57 out front. Charles Wilson. He's going to drop down low. These trucks are starting to get single filed out here. The 53. Brian Welchel, he's out there on the outside looking to push. Two by two. Yarborough to the lead, and Welchel on his outside. He's looking to take the lead. New leader, Brian Welchel. With Ronnie Welchel behind, giving a huge push. They want to go to the front, and they do so, trying to wait till Ronnie gets cleared, I'm sure, to come back down.
Well, Dustin, I was able to, took a little bit of trying, but I got Tim in here with us, the 89.
Hey, Tim, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you guys doing?
Good, sir. So you say this is your first season with these guys?
Yeah, this is actually my first league race ever. I got a chance to join the Outcasts and run with these guys, so it's been a real honor getting into practice and learning the iRacing side of things and just having a blast with these guys. So
Awesome, man. So what happened there? You just get caught up, wrong place, wrong time, or what happened to you?
So my strategy, just being a newer driver, was just kind of hang in the back and just try and finish wherever. If we got to move up, we got to move up. If we stayed in the back, I was just happy to be there and race. I saw, people getting a little squirrely and just going so fast. I just didn't hit the brakes in time, and when I got up to it, there was just so much smoke. I hit the brakes, locked it up, and ended up hitting somebody that was kind of parked right in the middle lane there, and just took too much damage and had to limp it back to pit road, and then she was done for. So,
well, unfortunate. How do you feel about Atlanta next week?
it's going to be a fun race. These guys definitely come out in the practice. They put their time in. So any race, it could be anybody. So again, like I'm new to it, so it's just going to be interesting to put some time in the trucks and get some practice learning, a new track for me. But we'll see where it goes. It's like I said, exciting to be here, and it's going to be anybody's race.
All right, hold that thought 1 second, sir. We got cars coming to pit road. That's a 77 there, Yarbrough, he was running up front. And, we'll have to see. Maybe this will open the doors. We also have the 22 of Ronnie Hurst on pit lane. And then out front, Brian Welchel and Ronnie Welchel leading the way. The 6 of Michael Stevens was getting a little loose there while we were doing the interview. Couldn't call that out. But, yeah. Back to you, Tim. Man, you got anybody watching or any shout-outs you want to give? Sponsors on that truck?
I don't have any sponsors on the truck, but H&W Wraps is a huge sponsor of the Outcast Motorsports. They've done some phenomenal wraps for these guys. Each one of them just spectacular. So just thank them. They're top of the game. Their wraps are awesome.
The 41 and the 62 gets sideways going into pit road. Sorry to do that to you there, Tim, but
oh no, you're fine.
Getting a little bit of action out here. And
yeah, they were getting everything they could trying to come to pit road there, and looks like it just locked it up and got a little sideways. Came back up on track there, but no caution yet. They kept it green.
Britt Osborne was another one that got sideways and went back up the track. I wonder if he's going to have a penalty for an unsafe entrance. We'll have to see how that plays out. Well, Tim, it was a pleasure speaking to you, man, and we look forward to broadcasting for you guys all season long. And are you going to be running the Gen 4s?
Probably not. That's a lot of horsepower in there, and it's definitely something to get used to. So I'm gonna have to get some more practice in that.
And the 91 sideways and turned around on pit lane. That is Chase Stimpley. And he got into Eric Johnson for probably minor damage there.
It didn't look too bad, but man, pit road has been a monster here these last couple of laps for these guys coming in.
Yes, it has. Well, again, Tim, man, we appreciate you stopping in and chatting with us for a little while, and we'll see you off, and we'll see you next week, and hopefully at Atlanta you can have a little bit better luck.
Yeah, sounds good, guys. Thanks again for doing this for us. We really appreciate it. You guys are rocking. So.
Not a problem at all, sir. You have a great night. I'm not sure which one you go back to, but
yeah, I can jump in there. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Tim Fillmore, everybody. Unfortunate luck for him tonight, but man, what a good sport.
Yeah, he was saying he's new to league racing, and I mean, not the best way to start it off, but yeah, he had a good attitude about it. Hopefully he'll get himself a good run next week. And meanwhile, we've got Matthew Montgomery way out front. He got a really quick pit stop and got a little bit of a gap. And these cars are the 1,000-pound sisters. Paint scheme almost went by him.
I think it was wrong here, but we have Brandon Brock out front. Ronnie Hurst, the 62 back there, getting a little slideways in the center of the turn. H&W Rap says, awesome interview, brother Robert Hartley. Good interview, Timmy. Yeah, sorry we had a lot going on during that interview. Usually it's not like that.
You take your eye off the prize for 1 second, man, and all hell breaks loose,
That's the way it goes with these drafting tracks. We got some slower traffic with some faster traffic here. The 3 and the 22 trying to work together. The 1,000-pound sisters going sideways.
Oh, no.
Daniel Veerkamp saves it. What a save by him. I think that's all that extra weight in that paint scheme. I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing.
Got a little extra downforce on the back there. Yeah, that green flag pit stop really jumbled up the order here and kind of strung them out a little bit. But now the pack's coming back together here, so see if they decide to form a second line at any point.
Yes, that'll be key. We'll go through here. Let's take a look. Now that we're single filed out, we got Brandon Brock. He's out front in the 3. Ronnie Hurst is in second in the 22. Matthew Montgomery's in third in that 12 car. The 53 of Brian Welchel is in fourth. Anthony Bennett is in that 7 car in fifth. Michael Seymour, 37 truck. I keep saying car. You can tell I'm used to broadcasting for cars. But yeah, Daniel Veerkamp in that 2 car there. He's in 7th place. And we got a little bit of a gap back here for a couple other drivers. The 6 of Michael Stevens and the 29 of Richard Keene working together to try to get back up there. They might need a few more trucks for that.
Yeah, and they don't have a whole lot of time left. We're coming to 13 to go with the line this time.
Jordan Bridges in 10th. He's in the 45. He's all by himself. He needs some help. Charles Wilson in 11th. And he's got Eric Johnson behind him pushing, trying to get back up to another pack here. He might be able to catch the other guy, Richard Keene. The 77, Joshua Yarbrough, and the 62. Whoa, they got a lap car in the mix there. A couple of them. The 9 and the 77. Ronnie Welchel, he's in 14th, and he's up there in that pack, so I believe I don't know how he's up in that pack if he's in 14th.
Yeah, he was running right there with them before that stop, but I guess somehow he ended up a lap down. I wonder if he's related to the other Welchel.
Brian, a lot of cars a lap down, huh?
Yeah, that was oh, there we go.
Save.
What had happened there? Michael Seymour involved in an incident.
Yeah, somebody
what
got
happens here.
Almost upside down there.
The 2 gets a little squirrely and clips the 37, and the 37 on its lid. Nice brake check by the 41 there.
Yeah, it just looks like a bump gone bad, possibly. The pulled out of line, looked like to keep from running the car in front of him over, and whenever that happened, that got him in a bad position from that car behind him. Chain reactions, that's the tail of the tape here at these speedways. Oh,
Yeah,
Robert
it's pretty
Hartley
hard to
says,
see sometimes what's going on in front of you, but just unfortunate. He gets clipped there right down in front of the 47, I believe, 41. And he's going to go on his lid there. Oof.
That's such a helpless feeling right there whenever that happens.
Yeah.
He's along for the ride at this point. So Robert Hartley was saying that the Welchels are father and son. So how about that, getting to race with your dad on iRacing, man? Something right there.
That's cool, man. I wish my dad was racing. Timmy said, "Thanks, guys. Just happy to be a part of this great league and our sponsor and broadcasters. Man, we appreciate it, man. We're trying. We're like I said, we're pretty new to it. We did 1 season, and we still got some stuff to hone out here, and really happy for this opportunity."
Oh yeah, man! I'm glad they decided to reach out to us about getting this league broadcasted, and like I said earlier, it's fun to sit up here in the booth and watch it. As much as I love racing, being in a pack of these trucks is not my favorite thing to do. So it's a lot better to watch.
Ooh, looks like my stream is lagging a bit.
I noticed that. Yeah.
I wonder what's going on with that. I wonder if it's because I'm multi-streaming. I usually don't multi-stream. So Give me 1 second.
Just
Let me
started doing
try
that
something
this
else
morning.
here.
I'm looking at the 12 of Matthew Montgomery. He must be from Texas. He's got an HEB paint scheme, which for anybody that's from the South and the Texas area, that's our big time grocery store around here. And that's a good looking scheme. I like that. Got the matte black with the bright yellow and red and green colors. Says West Texas Pepper Traders. I imagine that's a hot sauce of some kind.
H&W Rap Design says he's just starting out as well, and you guys are doing great. Let's see if he's still in here. We still got a whole nother lap to go. We can bring him in the booth. Let him
Find him real quick.
He's in race 6.
All right. All right.
Scott, Derek, and Dustin in the booth, man. How you doing?
Oh, doing all right. Just watching you guys' broadcast.
And we appreciate that. Looks like you made a lot of these raps out here. Maybe tell the people about yourself and your business and where they can find you at.
Oh, you can find me on TikTok, H&W Rap Designs. I got a Discord as well, H&W Rap Designs. I literally just started making cars about 6 months ago. Started sponsoring Chase Stimpfley on his stream, and then yeah, I'm pretty fresh at doing all of this. So, and then Outcast guys, they reached out and asked to sponsor them, and I was like, yeah, that would be my first league stuff I've done. So
Yeah, I know we do some painting ourselves, and it can be time consuming. There's a lot that goes into it, especially when you gotta do all those spec maps and all that wild stuff. So
it does. It's definitely time consuming, but it's also fun in the same aspect. Once I got the hang of it and got it down, it's quite fun for me. And to do it for these guys, I'm just super happy to do it. Being I'm just a small time guy, it makes me real happy to do it for them.
all right, 1 second here as pit road pulls into
Green flag.
pit lane, or the pace car pulls on a pit lane, and these drivers are off with 8 to go here. We're gonna have an 8-lap shootout. Yeah, so you're a driver in this league also, aren't you?
Yes, I had to skip out tonight. I don't race anything but hosted, so I got to boost my I rating up a bit to get in there. But other than that, yeah, I should be in by next race.
That can be a daunting task right there, depending on what you get into.
Yeah, unfortunately, it could make or break you. So I'm trying to be careful with all that stuff. But my main goal is just to rap for these guys, and racing with them is a bonus. So as long as I can keep my rating up, I'll be all right.
Yes, sir. And before we send you up, we'll give you a chance to send some shout outs to anybody that may be watching or anyone else you got out there.
I just shout out to these guys putting on a hell of a show. They do great. I mean, 2 cautions in a super speedway race is unheard of. Well, 3 cautions, I guess. That's unheard of. But just shout out to these guys and shout out to you guys for doing an amazing bang up job.
We appreciate that, man, and we're happy to broadcast for you. If we ever see you in here, if you can't get it, we'll bring you in the booth, man. Let you shout out your H&W raps. Like you said, find him on TikTok. That is Scott Hall.
Yeah, you guys have a good one.
You too, buddy. 7 to go here. 6 at the line. The 22 is out front. Well, the 12 of Montgomery's out front. Veerkamp pushing him hard. Now the racing's going to pick up. The 22 and the 3 on the inside. That's Ronnie Hurst and Brandon Brock. And then the 12's going to cut them off. Montgomery to the low line. 4 cars on the high line. 3 wide now.
Yeah, they're seeing that checkered flag off of the distance, and
Eric
who
Johnson
wants the
putting
most
it
here.
3 wide. Gets a little loose. Saves it. What a save by Eric Johnson. The 22, he's on the 18's on the outside of the 22. He's going to get it. 18's going to get a push from the 29 of Keene here. They're trying to get that high line moving. 5 to go.
And that 29 of Richard Keene, he was involved in that wreck in that very first incident. Oh, and he's managed to get himself
We got a
back
car
up.
spinning around there, or truck
Guys,
spinning.
get some rags and clean this mess up here. Coming into the box is the part that I'm mainly concerned
I think
about.
that was Michael Stevens. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened here. Michael Stevens gets up into the 9 of Jamie. Box Bolton. Let's try that again here. And Bolton just gets a little loose, comes down the track again. Well, I think, let's, one more time. One more again. The
Run it
9
back.
with a run up the center. 6 goes high, gets into his door. The 9 comes down, and then they just collect each other. And the 9 up front, and it looked like the 41. Woo! He dodged the bullet there. Let's find the 41 and go on board with him. That's Britt Olson. Wrong button.
Oh yeah.
Whew. He might have got a
Sheesh.
netcode 4X right there. One more time.
Probably got no damage off it though, but yeah, that was about as close as it gets.
Hold on a second. Let me rewind this. There we go. Oh man, that'll pucker it up right
Wow.
there.
Oh yeah. It was definitely a brown flag right there.
Absolutely. We got the 6 coming in to check his damage. Hopefully he'll be all right. Now, your biggest mover of the race is currently out front. It's Eric Johnson in the 18. He's been holding back most of the race in the back, just biding his time. And now it looks like we're probably going to have a green-white checkered, and it'll be his race to lose. Well, hopefully not.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't jinx him.
Well, he's gonna have his hands full trying to stay in front of that 12 of Matthew Montgomery. He was our pole sitter, and he's been up front all race long, man.
Going into this 3-lap shootout, let's take a look at your top 10. Eric Johnson in first, Matthew Montgomery in second, Richard Keene is in third. Hold on, let me get it. Ronnie Hurst is in fourth. Daniel Veerkamp in fifth.
Shout out to the 1,000-pound sisters.
That's right. He said, I asked him why he had those girls on the truck. Let me go back and look at it one more again. And he said, because they're winners.
Hey, you can't go wrong with that.
Brandon Brock in sixth. Joshua Yarbrough in seventh. I like that paint scheme, though. Brian Welchel in eighth. Anthony Bennett in ninth, sorry. And in 10th is Charles Wilson. We only got a few more cars on the lead lap behind them. Jordan Bridges in 11th, Michael Stevens in 12th, and Michael Seymour is being scored right now in 13th. Chase Stempley is a lap down, being scored in 15th at the moment, and Mark Kazin is scored in 14th, and he was on pit lane trying to get some damage fixed.
See a lot of Texas boys in this series here. That's always good to see, man. There's that 29 again, Charles Keane. We were talking about him right before all this this caution came out. He was involved in that first incident, and he's back up front again. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to stop that other stream there.
Yeah, it was causing the YouTube one to lag there for a minute.
Yeah. I don't know what's. It's got to be that. It's.
You look at it now, see what we got going on that one.
I have never had this issue before. This is a first.
Well, hopefully we're doing a good enough job narrating it that those that are following along, so that we got 11 watching. We had 20 earlier, but hopefully they can.
I don't know what's going on with this here. Let me change it up here. I don't know what's going on with this stream.
Yeah, the internet gremlins got you.
Bad time to have it happen because we're coming to 3 to go.
Oh yeah, man, they're stacked too wide. Here they go, and they're going green. Inside line with the 18 and 29 are tucked up really well. They're probably going to get a run on Montgomery on the outside there.
Johnson in the lead, Keane in second. It's the 29, the 12, and the 22 trying to work together to get out front. Two laps to go here. Glad we got this stream working right away. Not right away, but you know what I'm saying.
For the most important part here, right at the end, this is where all the excitement's gonna happen. We got the 12 back out front again.
The 18 a little loose. That's Johnson. Now he's gonna drop back to fourth. Now we're almost 3 wide for the lead. The 22 on the outside. Hurst. Montgomery in the 12. He's looking for help from Johnson. Final lap of the race here.
Those 3 cars lined up on the bottom, man. They've been pushing.
Johnson super loose. Pushing the 12. Trying to get clear of the 22 to make his move on the outside. I don't know if he's going to be able to.
Yeah, that 18 got up in the back seat of the 12 there. He's pushing so hard.
Here we come to the line. The 18's loose. The 12 going to block. We're 3 wide for second. Oh, that's close. Who was it? And now we got him going around.
1,000-pound sisters going around. Montgomery with the win, man. He was he put on a clinic this evening.
Yeah, he led the whole race. I think he started on the pole.
Yeah, he only gave up the lead just a handful of corners here and there, and through that pit cycle, but and that HEB truck. All right.
We'll let these guys get worked out here, and we'll take a look here at your, show you the results of the race here.
And I know it's early in the season with it just being the first race, but he's going to be the points leader going into week 2, and it's not a very long season, so he came out here and made a statement, said he's going to be the one that you're going to have to come see if you want this championship.
That's right. So your race results: Matthew Montgomery in first, Eric Johnson in second, third goes to Richard Keene, Ronnie Hurst in fourth, Brandon Brock in fifth, Daniel Veerkamp in sixth, Brian Welchel in seventh, eighth is Anthony Bennett, ninth goes to Joshua Yarbrough, 10th is Charles Wilson, 11th is Jordan Bridges, 12th Michael Seymour, Mark Kazin in 13th, Michael Stevens in 14th. 15th goes to Chase Stimpley. Brian Zemer will take 16th, and Drew Kuhn 17th. Jamie Fox Bolton will finish in 18th. Let's see, who else? I think that might be it. No. Joe Brennan in 19th. Britt Osborne in 20th. Ronnie Welchel in 21st. Tim Fillmore in 22nd. And Derek, you don't count.
Yeah.
And we didn't see these other guys, I don't think. Zachary Tyler or Grayson McKee.
So
And
I wonder
the
out of the
12 is
father and
burning
son-
it down.
Oh yeah, man, he's getting all of it over there.
He's letting it
But I
eat.
wonder who's going to have the bragging rights out of the Welchels. You know, the father, the son. I need to find out who's who. You know, he gets to brag all week. Hey, I finished. I beat you.
Yeah, he did. Let's go back and see. Where's that checkered flag at here? Put it in slow motion.
But even with them getting pretty wide there, you know, everybody kept it as clean as they could. The end of these races usually turn into a demolition derby.
Yeah, they did. It was stacking up there behind the 12. And then a nice little shootout here to the flag.
He made that truck nice and wide that last lap.
Sheesh. All right, now let's while this is doing that, we will do this. We need Matthew Montgomery in here.
You want me to bring him in first?
Bring him on in. That's your first place winner.
All right. God dang it. There we go.
All right, sorry for the stream. I think the multi-stream was lagging it out a lot. We usually don't have that issue.
We do have Matthew, our race winner, with us here now, Dustin.
Man, Matthew, what a way to go, man. You started up front and you finished up front. What was your strategy going into the race? Was it to be out front?
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of fun. Appreciate these guys putting it on. I know, like, my mindset was, you know, I was thinking fuel is going to be really important. So there's a few times there where I was like sandbagging on the bottom, hoping people would pass me so I could sit behind them and save. But I think the cautions fell at just the right time to where fuel didn't really become too much of an issue. And so at that point, knowing it's not typical Daytona and how much like handling's a factor and how hard it is, I thought it'd be more difficult to get to the front. So I thought track position would be really important. So didn't want to give it up and tried. Usually, like I said, I don't want to be up front. You know, at the end of these things, you think, you know, second or third or fourth or whatever to be able to make a move and go with the momentum. But I think for this configuration, being up front's a lot of fun. Kind of old school plate racing.
Yeah, a lot of old school tracks on here. Is that more your style? Are these trucks your style, or you prefer a different, or is this your bread and butter here?
I mean, I prefer, for sure. Big motor, small blade has always kind of been what I've been a big fan of. You know, a lot of horsepower, low downforce, a lot of off throttle time, where handling becomes a factor. So like the old Gen 4 cars are a ton of fun. But yeah, like I said, I'd say that's probably more my style this way than the way plate racing is now, where it's just a lot of, 2-3 wide, everybody on everybody and just saving fuel. So with this, it was a lot of fun to be able to get up there and race.
It was a lot of fun watching you, Derek. What kind of questions you got for him, sir?
Oh, well, I was just you were mentioning the Gen 4s. Are you going to be racing in that league on Thursday night?
Yeah, I don't think I plan on being full time in trucks. The Gen 4's more than likely part time. But I just like I said, those cars are too fun to not hop in and run. So I'll be out there on occasion for sure, especially on the tracks I think are a lot of fun in those.
Oh yeah, man, those cars are monsters, man. They're a lot of fun to drive. And I noticed you got an HEB paint scheme. Uh, that's a more of a Texas brand, and it says you're from Arkansas. So I didn't know if you had any ties to that, or if they might even happen to have some HEBs out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
How does that work?
So I mean, I was raised in Bastrop, Texas, and that's where a lot of my ties, a lot of my friends are out in
There you
the
go.
Abilene area, Houston area, Austin area, and so I live in Arkansas now, but yeah, 100% Texas roots. So speaking
Come
of the
on.
sponsor, yeah, 100%, yeah, West Texas Pepper Traders. If you're in Texas, like I said, go to your local HEB. They got bread and butter jalapenos that are to die for, and then if you can't get to an HEB, then just go to peppertraders.com. Buy a bunch of them and tell Scott I sent you.
There we go.
You have any other
Nice.
sponsors or shout outs you want to give before we send you off?
I mean, huge shout out to teammate Jordan Bridges in the 45. He's also rocking the Pepper Traders paint scheme. His luck just kind of ran out there at the end. I was trying to get him up there to work with me, but he was awesome getting to work with him. Been close with him for a long time, so being able to actually be on a team together and run's a lot of fun. Then also shout out to I-45 Tattoo down there in Houston, Texas. If you got a tattoo in mind and you're in the Houston area, make sure you look up Big Johnny, go get with him and he'll make you look really good. And then, yeah, I mean, that's the main group there, that and all my friends out in Houston and Abilene out in those areas. So
Lofi Sleep in the chat says gang gang. I don't know what that.
shout out Matt. He's one of the boys in Abilene. So yeah, he's
Nice.
glad he tuned in.
All right, man. Well, congratulations tonight. Looking for the repeat next week at Atlanta, and we look forward to calling the race for you.
Yep, I said it was a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys.
No problem. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
This is your winner, Matthew Montgomery. Next, we'll have to get Eric Johnson in here.
Eric Johnson. All right, let me go find him. All right, Dustin, we got Eric Johnson in here with us now.
How we doing, guys?
Good, sir. How are you?
Oh boy, man, that was scary.
Yeah, it was. I thought you were going to try to put it high there, and the 22 closed the door on you late, and whew.
Yeah, I took right sides only
On the green flag stop. Also the same stop. Apparently you can't go 12 mile an hour over the speed limit. They frown upon that.
Oh,
But I took right sides only, and we were just loose, man. If we made a move, she was just dancing. We couldn't. So I was really content just pushing. And I seen a little opening. I was going to try to go for it there. And like you said, it just closed up and things got a little awkward there. We went 3, but a good finish.
very good finish. Good strategy on your part. You was in the back for some of the race, and you got that lucky caution there and then got right back up front, man. Was that your goal? Just kind of hang back, avoid all the trouble, and then.
Yeah, that was 100% the strategy. We just hang out in the back, see what happens, let them beat their stuff up. And we had a good group of 5 trucks. We were all pitting together there on the green flag, and we all sped. I think 4 of the 5 of us all sped. And so we all got penalties, and there went our group. And I was the lucky one that got to keep the lead lap there. And yeah, we made some mistakes, but a good finish all in all.
Yeah, you can't complain with that. How do you feel about going into next week at Atlanta?
Oh, next week, Old Atlanta, man, that's gonna be another tough one. That old track, she don't have a lot of grip on it, and it's a cheese grater. I hope these boys are ready to take care of that right front because it's gonna be late out there.
For sure, the
It's
strategy
definitely
will
be a
definitely
driver's
come into
track,
play.
man.
What's that, Derek?
I was going to say that's definitely going to be a driver's style of track next week, where it's going to be interesting to see who can do what there.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who comes out the gate firing and who's gonna sit back and save their stuff, and which strategy actually comes over on top. With the fuel, the limited fuel and tires we have, there's always little question marks. Am I doing the right thing, the wrong thing? And you just really don't know until the last 5 to 10 laps, to be honest with you.
Well, it definitely makes it interesting for us up here in the booth and everybody that's watching out there on in YouTube and Twitch. So yeah, man, it was.
Yeah,
I was telling Dustin earlier. It was. I was surprised by how clean the race is, just because these super speedways, especially this older Daytona, it can be a slaughterhouse sometimes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of these guys that are in here, we've all raced around each other for a couple seasons, if not 3 seasons together in other places, and they're
There we
very
go.
comfortable, and everybody understands the give and take. I'm sure you've probably seen the intensity pick up there towards the end, and go time's go time. But people know early. There's just some things that you let somebody go by, and we'll get them back later. And I really appreciate the guys that we got, and the support we've gotten from them. Like you guys said, we're just a baby league, 2 weeks old, and to be able to have these guys out here in this kind of clean racing, and we can't ask for anything more.
It was definitely fun to watch. It was a good show, and yeah, man, we look forward to tagging along for the ride, so to speak. Before we let you go, who do you want to shout out?
Well, first and foremost, I want to shout you guys out. I know that you guys are fairly new to the game, and one of the things over here at Outcast is we like everybody to learn, have fun, and I see this more as a group of friends that just happen to race together, and not necessarily just a league race where people show up to race. Like if you look in the chat right now, there's all them guys, and they're just going over the incidents together, just talking it out and stuff. Like a lot of these guys are more than just show up to race; they're friends and they hang out. And I'm glad to bring you guys on and help you build and give you a chance to sharpen your craft and get better. And also with that said, H&W wraps making that 18 look clean, wiggling all around there, getting stuck in the middle. Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, we can't thank them enough, and you guys there at Zero X Media, we appreciate you guys. And first and foremost, all my drivers here at Outcast, we love you. Thank you guys. Thank you. Big things coming.
Yeah, well said. Sorry for some of the mishaps in the stream. If you go back and watch it, I think the multi-stream was lagging it up quite a bit, so we might not be able to do that in the future, just to kind of keep it clean. But just want to let you know that. And yeah, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have some hiccups. That's how we learn.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, and thank you again for the opportunity. And we look forward to a great season with you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dustin and Derek.
You're welcome. Have a good night. Right. That is your second place finisher, Eric Johnson. Man, he put on one heck of a show going from the back to the front. Yeah. Next up, we need to get Richard Keene in that 29 car in here.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear what he has to say. He was he had an eventful race there.
I'll let you lead it off. Get him in there, but you can lead it off.
Actually, I don't know. Oh, wait, here he is. I see him here. Hey, Richard, this is Dustin and Derek in the booth, man. How was that race tonight, man? It looked wild for you there.
Check,
Hello,
check. Richard, can you hear us?
Sure can.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Hey. So how was the race tonight,
wild.
man?
That was wild. Did
Yeah,
y'all
man.
see that? Did y'all see that? Lap 4? I was on 2 wheels.
Yeah, we were talking about that, man. I said he ended up almost up on his roof there, but then I take it you didn't get a whole lot of damage out of that.
Actually, believe it or not, I got 0 damage from that. I was very lucky. Absolute 0 damage. Whenever I was pacing, I noticed my wheel was still straight, and I was like, maybe I'm okay here. And then I went to pit road to top off, and yeah, had no optional, no required. I was like, heck yeah, we're back in it.
Yeah,
And
the iRacing God smiled on you.
Yeah, I got lucky for once. Got lucky.
Yeah, so I noticed you and the 12, y'all were working together at the start of that race, and y'all were doing really well. I said I was commenting on that earlier. I said, man, the 29 seems to know what time it is. He's keeping himself, up towards the front up until that incident. But how'd you get back up to the front from that point?
Well, a lot of patience, trying to just keep my patience, keep my cool, and just work my way back up. And luckily, that last caution, not the very last caution, the caution before that, whenever me and P8 were bump drafting each other, there was really no hope there because it was just us two in no man's land. That caution came out, bunched all the field back together, and that's when it was time to race. And just try to be at the right place, the right time when it counts the most, and not get in trouble. Just keep
Oh
the
yeah.
nose clean.
Yeah, it's a good looking paint scheme, man. That 29 that you're running there with the that black rifle, I really like the. I was telling Dustin, and he already knows this. We've been racing around each other and painting for a while. I love the full numbers and stuff like that on cars and trucks. So that's looked like that might have kept you going tonight.
It was, and it was also for a good cause. I think the people behind it, 22 a day,
Yeah.
22 veterans a day commit suicide. Needs to stop. We need to give them all the help we can give them. And I think that's what got us up there. And, me and my friend collaborated on the truck, and Drew, he's what made it happen, put that beautiful car together. And I think that's probably another reason why we're so lucky. We just had everything going for us. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, 22 a day is pretty sweet. I actually I did that one year, the 22 push-ups, 22 days. It's actually it's a lot more challenging than what you think it is.
it is. It is. And it takes a lot of commitment, just like our soldiers. Full commitment, 100% all the time. So, but it was overall a fun race. Wish we just had a little bit more at the end. Wish it would have worked out for us. It's just there really wasn't much opening up for me there at the end, and just had to take what we could get. Didn't want to make it any worse. So
Yeah, we've shown some of the replays, early caution. You did a phenomenal job driving it back, getting that truck repaired. And, man, well, now the floor is yours, sir. Third place tonight, Atlanta next week, and your opportunity for your shout-outs and sponsors.
yeah, I'd like to shout out Valhalla Project, Black Rifle Coffee, and DC Paintworks. That's what made this truck happen. What made it so freaky fast. And yeah, looking forward to Atlanta. Love that place. Hate what they did to it, but I love the place.
I know that's
Same.
right. I can't stand the new Atlanta. It's very challenging and
Yeah,
frustrating.
very, very. So hopefully maybe it'll work out for us. Get some of these cautions to work out. I'm actually not really big fan of super speedway racing, but I'll make it work.
Well, all right, sir. We appreciate you putting on one heck of a show for us tonight, and we hope you have a great rest of the week, and we will see you next week at Atlanta.
Thank you.
All right, Derek, now it's your turn. Who do you have? Anybody watching that you might want to shout out?
Oh no, I know that we have a few of our Zero X teammates. They were commenting in the thing. John and Tommy and a couple other ones. I think even old Uncle Carter was in there for a minute. But yeah, just man, Outcast. I'm glad they brought us on. It's gonna be it's an honor and a pleasure to get up here and call these races for them. And I'm looking forward to this season. It's gonna be a lot of fun, especially those Gen 4s on Thursday, man. That's one of my favorites on the service right there. And I'll get to actually see some real life racing on that, here on the sim.
For sure, man. Well, again, let's shout out these sponsors one more time. Outcast Motorsports, the H&W Designs, the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. Thank you all. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Next week, we shouldn't be so laggy. We're going to try to get some things figured out on our end, and because that's never happened before. But thanks for watching. Thanks to the drivers. Shout out to all the drivers. You did a phenomenal job. By the end of the season, I should know all your names and numbers. And we look forward to broadcasting and calling these races for you guys this season. Everybody take care. Check us out back here for the Outcast Gen 4 series Thursday night. We will be live at 7:50. That's Central Time. So take care, and we'll talk to you later.